lit, you was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the haters, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, Be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this. I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. First carry for James Conner. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Defensively, here are the starters for Baltimore. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively, because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
40, 95, 56.
They'll try and run forward with Conner. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. Brees now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Now Brees on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete as well.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Got the guy that has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack on first down, Jackson flushed out right, escaping the pressure right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
The sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
In your face.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Conner on first down going to be stopped up as he'll lose about 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Shotgun now for Breeze. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 22. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Breeze now. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Again, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's 2nd down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Let's go.
And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Play action. Breeze. And he finds McDonald. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On the carry, it's Samuels. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They go draw play. This is Samuels. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ingram. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's it, baby.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
It's a party now. Boom. Slam. Joker.
It's a give to the right. Ingram.
Let's go.
And I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Ready up. 50's the mark. I'm coming after you,
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Towards the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. For a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? On 1st and 10 is Conner. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jackson looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here's Jackson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. To throw again on second down, Breeze. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 23 yards on the tuck and run. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, not get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. And for the defense, their 3rd sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
Now it's Jackson, flush to his right. Got Gordon open, completes it. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From the 24, Breeze. He's got Smith here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
But it's brought in by Washington. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Breeze now, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Connor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Tyus Bowser able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Mike's 50. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. SOS.
That one caught out wide by Boykin. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Breeze now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw. Open man here is Gentry. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Samuels. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On 3rd down, it's Connor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. A give running right is Connor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Well, they were successful in one sense. They completed the pass, but still leads them to a tough 4th down situation, doesn't it?
It does, and the deficit more than 3 here at a 1-score game. So the field goal, not their ideal situation. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Check 3, check 3. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
Space to maneuver at the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. This time, Jackson will throw it. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Jackson going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jackson flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Come on now, let's go!
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Breeze gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Breeze again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one to the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in a big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
It's in the fourth quarter down in Miami. It's the Dolphins that have taken the late lead in that one. Now a play fake here on first down. Josh Rosen, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Jackson's throw caught here by Boykin. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Throwing now is Jackson, and he's got his man, Marquise Brown. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
You need to get the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out more.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support bra. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the window side. Ready try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double U's. What I do?